Hi, this is Dr. Tochi, and I'm going to continue on this series on Jesus Egregores. Okay, and today I'm going to talk about feeding the machine. I'm going to consult my notes here, okay, as we discuss this quick class. An egregore is only as strong as the energy that it receives. Okay, think of it like a fire. Without wood, it dies. The Jesus egregore feeds not just only on belief, but on a steady stream of fear, obedience, guilt, and more. Okay? It also thrives on repetition, rituals that are done not just once, but again and again, over and over, until they shape the collective mind. So, for the Jesus egregore, you need to understand that repetition is power. Okay, every prayer, every hymn, every sermon repeated thousands of times across the centuries, it just doesn't vanish. Okay, it doesn't vanish into thin air. It builds a current, and a collective current at that. Fear acts as a glue for this egregore. Fear of sin, fear of hell, fear of God's anger. These fears keep people pouring their energy into the system, often without realizing it. Now, this Jesus egregore also uses guilt as fuel. People return again and again, confessing, repenting, offering devotion, never good enough, always seeing themselves as a sinner, feeling guilty, and this energy sustains the egregore. Now, there are also institutional hooks to this. There are tithes, there are offerings, there are contributions, sacraments, fasts, revivals, conferences, um, just name it. Each one designed to ensure there is no break in the energy flow. So the machine keeps on turning, not because one person believes, but because billions over time have poured their life force into this egregore and keep it alive. Now let's look at some examples. Excuse me. Let's look at some examples with some lived experiences. Now there are these endless prayers for forgiveness, from daily quiet times to Catholic confessionals to Pentecostal hollering and screaming and falling out, prayer warriors, getting people to confess to things, getting demons cast out, possessions, exorcisms. Believers keep feeding shame and fear into the system. Now, tithes and offerings, the storehouse doctrine that is founded, that is often quoted, I believe, is Malachi 3:8, or prosperity gospel, ensures that money keeps flowing upward and this energy is converted into physical wealth. And much of this money is being diverted to the mother churches where the mother egregores are located. So if you look at the Catholic Church, for instance, you will see that every little tithe and offering and contribution collected, a percentage of that finds its way all the way to the Vatican in Italy, in Rome, Italy, and that's why the Catholic Church is one of the most powerful politically and financially and also spiritually churches in the world. Okay, fear of hell. Preachers painting vivid pictures of eternal torment and brimstone and fire keep the cycle alive. Okay, and they keep it alive with telling people that this is what they're going to expect after they pass away. And of course, no one has come back from the other side to confirm if what the preachers are saying is true or not. So people who call themselves believer cannot risk that. They're like, you know what, I don't want to gamble, I don't want to take that chance. What if the pastor is right? What if the evangelist or the apostle or the prophet or prophetess, the general overseer, bishop, whoever, what if they're right? And so they don't want to gamble. Okay, revival meetings and fasts, nights of weeping, singing, shouting, collapsing, all intense emotional outpourings that charge the egregore with collective energy. So you notice how these are not just isolated acts. They're collective, they're repeated, they're generational. Imagine the weight of centuries of fasting, centuries of guilt, centuries of the tithe money, centuries of weeping, centuries of shame, all pouring into the same spiritual construct. This is how the Jesus egregore became so powerful. Now, here's a little ritual practice and reflection that I put together that you can use right away to help you process this information. Now, get your notebook and your pen and write down the forms of energy that you have already given to this Jesus egregore. Is it money? Is it fear? Is it guilt? Is it shame? Is it worship? Is it depression? Is it hopelessness, helplessness? Write it down. Now tear out this paper from your notebook and put it in a fireproof bowl, okay? Or take it outside. Light it up and say, I release all the energies that I've unknowingly fed into this machine. I call my power back to myself. Now take some time to watch the smoke rise from this burning paper, imagining or visualizing the cords between you and this Jesus egregore dissolving. Now go back to your notebook, and here are some reflection prompts for you to look at. Where do I still unconsciously feed this Jesus egregore? Am I still afraid of it? Am I still guilty? Am I still anxious or worried about it? If I stopped feeding this Jesus egregore, what fears will rise in me? And what fears do I feel? What freedom will I also gain? What freedom will open up in me if I stop feeding this thing? Do I give more energy out of fear or out of love? And who is benefiting from all these things that I am pouring into this Jesus egregore? Okay, so I want you to try this ritual, try the reflection, write it down, and see what comes to you from it. Remember that with Dr. Tochi, here is where we talk about the truth. Here is where we eat the forbidden fruit. Okay? Also, make sure that you are developing multiple streams of income to free yourself. For wisdom without wealth is just motivational speaking. In all you're getting, get wealth so that you will not be a victim of egregores like this one we're talking about here. And also remember that you can find me on my website, tochi.us or drtochi.com, and you can book me there for your divinations, spiritual consultations and counseling, dream interpretation, spiritual practice coaching. You'll see courses, books, events, products, and more. In this day and age, there is no need to be spiritually ignorant.